Alrighty. Hello, good people. Again, those who didn't notice, as I said in the chat, we are doing today's live a bit earlier than usual because I want everyone to have a little bit of time before we need to make it to Tom's live with Dan Ives. It's going to be phenomenal. Hope you all use the opportunity to go to Tom's Discord and drop a question. You have a thread that was made just for that, so you can drop questions, so Tom will be able to see them. If he'll have time, he'll ask these questions. That's about Tom. First of all, thank you all for showing up for this live. Let's try to get the ball rolling. Christoph, you're on your own today. Mama is a bit busy, and but hopefully we'll have her back soon. Let's get the ball rolling. So far, again, we're not going to be biased one way or another, but we do know what the market is trying to do, which we are basically very close on closing, which is this wonderful gap. We are just a tad bit away. I have faith that the structure that we're seeing moves towards that. We'll see, of course, to each their own. It's just my own assumption. To each their own. We'll just look at what the indicators are showing, and you will decide on your own what you think. We're basically, millimeters away from that gap. It's around 59.47 towards around to be really precise about this. 59.28. So all in all, we have 5947 to 5929, so a bit of a decent gap right there to be closed, and I believe we will see closure of that gap soon as well. All right, so let's go through what we're seeing on the momentum side of things. Momentum side of things, we can skip 1 minute. 1 minute we know is not too indicative, not all that interesting. We do have about 2 hours to close, right? So we're still 2 hours away. 5 minutes is indicating that it's going to go even more bearish than before. Since we have the gap, those are the lines from the gap. You can see right here, the nearest one. So I believe in the short term, we might see ourselves landing on top of that gap, right? Basically, somewhere around the range of 59.47, that is. Again, based upon the deteriorating momentum and the fact of the matter that we're about to drop into oversold territory, probably accelerating downwards quickly, making it to $10 more downwards. Not that difficult. Definitely makes sense within the confines of the 5 minutes and what we're seeing. 30 minutes. 30 minutes is already quite bearish, although it is actually having a bit of a cool down on that bearish momentum, if you will. In fact, you can see a bit of a ramp up of that bullish momentum, right? The divergence is not that wide, so again, you're going to see very weak, plus we are in oversold territory, so all it can do is probably correct a little bit to the upside, retesting certain supports and resistances. We can see we are having a support or resistance somewhere around these levels. It sort of makes sense. We can see how it played its role quite well right here. Probably something short term, so let's make it thin like that, right? Probably something more like something more like this. I have an assumption, but we'll see. So although this is still bearish at face value, it is starting to pick up some momentum, right? But that's only 30 minutes. We know that can switch over many times throughout the sessions, but this is quite indicative for what we might see further on. But let's be more certain, looking at the 45 and 1 hour. Well, 45, similarly to 30 minutes, is bearish, but starting to pick up some steam. A little bit, nothing crazy, but, well, it starts to look a little bit more bullish. It gives off this scent of we're about to see maybe some bullish momentum right there. 1 hour confirms both of these, 30 minutes and a 45, but if we are more objective about this, it seems like the force is about to converge and we're about to go bearish again. But we'll see how this readjusts based upon the next 30 minutes, right? The 30 minutes will print. We'll see how this readjusts, if at all. Again, those to each their own. I believe the session will be over by then. And then we have the 4 hour, which is actually accelerating to the downside, right? We're seeing quite bearish momentum right there. So we're basically assuming that we're just getting started, since we don't have entire 4 hours ahead of us, we just barely have these 2 hours ahead to look out for. So basically, we're probably about to continue deteriorating, closing, or at least moving towards the closure of that gap. Does that mean we're gonna finalize this session on closing the gap? Might not necessarily be the case. We might actually break into the gap, test certain levels that are probably hidden inside, end up retesting higher, because we are now located at the median of that 4-hourly chart. So you can see it sort of makes sense that we will retest it again, but it's not necessarily what we'll see. It is a possibility, because we don't see yet further out, and as we're running out of time, it could be something that we'll do closer towards the end of the session, basically dropping in to the, again, not necessarily that deep. It could be even something akin to this, and could end up being something akin to this as well. So not far-fetched, although this is quite bearish. Don't forget you have the smaller time frames, which again are not wrong. It's just that they print inside the smaller time frame. Hello Danny, hello Mike, hello Judy, hello Next Level. Good to see you all. Mike, today you'll have to help Christoph. Although I don't actually, though, anybody doesn't need to help anybody, because usually we don't have mayhem going on in the chat. Hello Vasily, good to see you. But just joking, just saying. Hola Chris, good to see you. Chris, good to see you, Chris. All right, so where's my student Chris? I'm missing I have the Chris that is the moderator, I have the Chris that is the new Patreon, the Chris the king, and now I'm missing my assassin Chris. I have another Chris which is has a cool assassin name. I'm looking for my buddy there. Stonks, good to see you there, buddy. Next Level, Greg, can you give a look at... Yeah, of course we can take a look. Just next, usually guys, let me finish and then start with the tickers. It will be a lot easier. No, guys, usually we don't have anybody who's disruptive here or any trolls usually. The only thing that I do want to do, since before I forget, those who are not Patreons, boys and girls, time to sign up to become a Patreon, a supporter of the channel. Otherwise, you will not have access to the Discord, on which I hang out on the daily basis. That way you can access direct access to me. Just hang out, listen to boring stories and weird discussions we have on the Discord on the daily basis. Or actually have ask some of these questions that I find to be a little bit more difficult to answer quickly, and I wouldn't wanna half-ass them, if you will. I would like to give a proper explanation and an answer if I can. Sometimes I do need to do some research and make sure and catch up to speed, so that way it's done on the Discord. To get access to the Discord is 100% private, no public section, nothing. We'll not have no trolls, we'll not tolerate none of that nonsense. So it's going to be 100% private. Now there's a limited group to 1,000 people. Once it's filled, it's going to get locked. Those who will be in that group will be at $10 a month, and those who will sign up afterwards. It will be more expensive, $20 tier. It's already sitting there and waiting. So make sure you are in the first tier, if you will, only $10 a month. Never going to change as long as you will stay in it. All right, so let's we were sorry, almost skipped that. We don't want to skip anything. Alrighty, so let's go to the daily. On the daily, again, we're not seeing anything all that weird. We're seeing the deterioration of that bullish momentum, getting ready to slide out of the overbought territory. Is that certain? No, yet. Wait, we have to see how we break through that 80% area. If we are successful at breaking smoothly through it, there's far higher likelihood that we're gonna see the beginning of the actual downtrend, at least in the time being, towards that median that we have right there. You can see it. Remember, we spoke about how our monthly candlestick can be this sort of thing, right? We said it can bring you towards that median and in fact slip below it, testing maybe some other support resistance we have there, closing some gaps on the way. I do expect this gap to get closed sooner than later, if you will. Quite a gap on $110 we have there, so quite a significant gap. But for the time being, we're just going to rely on what we're seeing. Let's first close that gap, make to these bottoms, see that we still have enough momentum to go, or we're slipping into oversold territory, which again indicates sort of the both things. It just depends how quickly we do go through the process. All right, so we are starting to see a bit of a deterioration, but there's a bit more time. Again, a little bit more bullish on that weekly side, which we are seeing right here, potentially retesting that 80% area on the stochastic RSI, giving us a little bit more of a cool-off post that correction. Because if we're expecting to see a correction right here, moving, let me clean up all this nonsense. If we're expecting to see a bit of a correction right there, pardon me, if we're expecting to see a bit of a correction right there, basically going towards, as we said, this range where this supposed potential candlestick representing the movement I'm expecting. Remember, we said this is give or take on the previous time frame. That could be easily retraced back with this momentum actually accelerating towards the overbought territory, maybe even penetrating a little bit, giving it some bullish momentum to retrace back and retest potentially that 6,000 level. We have to be objective here. That's what we're seeing on the weekly chart right now. So it looks iffy right now to be too certain that we're going to be failing here at 80%. Let's make it closer. It will be easier to discern because the smaller time frames that will indicate to us whether we're capable of breaking through or not when we will get closer are still not close enough to indicate actually that breakout, right? In fact, they're indicating downwards momentum, right? In fact, they're indicating that this is going to converge, diverge to the downside. But let's see. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt because at face value, bullish, right? Now, let's look at monthly. Monthly haven't changed any yet. I mean, we know what the shtick is. I was expecting to see this month to be a little bit more red, but we do have still 15 days to go. So, and a lot of more events to happen. So, I mean, let's wait and see how things pan out. Alrighty, alrighty. All right, I think we kind of covered everything. We know there's no point in looking at the 3 month. It didn't change at all, didn't get readjusted. Of course, 6 months neither, and of course the yearly, these get readjusted. Takes quite a bit, and when they become relevant or are potentially about to readjust, we actually talk about them. We still have a month to go, so wait for it, boys and girls. And I mean, depends how this candlestick closes. It's not going to readjust much. It depends on how the next one will start and will start printing, which depends on the smaller time frames because yes, this happens to happen just once a year. Wink, wink. Alrighty, I think we've covered all the time frames. In I don't know if it's record time, but we definitely ran through this quite quickly, even with a tiny plug for my Patreon. Don't miss out, otherwise you will then in the future will have to sign up for the $20 tier. When the $10 tier will be locked, it will be locked, said and done. There will be no going back. Alrighty, alrighty. Link is in the chat, those who missed it. Why support my channel? Because YouTube does not support my channel. YouTube does not like me at all. I am not Tom Nash yet. I wish I will be one day. Alrighty. Yeah, well, yeah, that came out wrong, but you get the idea. All right, let's do stuff. Let's do stuff, right? Next level was first, so next level. Since you are first, let's do your requested what was it? HYZN, right? Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Sorry. HYZN, you said, right? Let's do HYZN. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've got the... Yes. That is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. What is that? That is 150. Right. Right. Yeah. We spoke about this. You're stuck. I mean, you're dependent on so many factors when it comes to this. I do not hate it, right? Me personally, but I don't like it is in a bit of a problem. I think we already looked at them just some time ago, haven't we? Right? You're into some turbulence with this one. You are not gonna have a blast, but it has potential. Having potential doesn't mean tomorrow, but yeah, you don't have data for that. Me, no. Look, there's a lot of pain to be had here. But if there is a time and you really believe in this asset, it sort of makes sense to start locking in some nice buy-ins. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter much whether you're going to be slightly lower, slightly higher, unless you really see how they're about to break into go to nothingness, which could happen. I'm not a fan how low it dropped, but I understand the sector is suffering a bit right now. But unlike how bad it's doing, people underestimate what its potential is. So it does seem like you're going to correct there a little bit. But within the confines of what you're going to do, it doesn't matter. You are basically on a deteriorating range that is just potentially going to find the bottom soon. If you're going to be very unlucky, that's going to end up being $1 simply because of the psychological area. It might even, I mean, $1 doesn't mean it doesn't break below $1. Whoever thinks that is just nonsense, right? It will have slippage below the $1. Probably you're gonna see high nines unless you really get like bad earnings again. And because I mean, yeah, you're not doing well there. But it seems like it wants to start picking up, correcting a little bit. Does that? It could be just a fake pseudo kind of rally, if you will, for the insiders to dump more on the bag holders. But it seems like it is bottoming. It doesn't mean it's done. It means you have more to go, actually. This is just insane to say. You do. But again, if you truly believe in this company picking back up, because it doesn't have a gap here, it has been closed, for example. I mean, you don't have any positives to indicate any significant correction. So even your correction can bring you at best to $2 right there ish, right? 190, $2. So get ready for pain, basically. Pain. But I'm not a hater. Look, hydrogen is great technology. We are stuck behind green blue hydrogen, so it's a problematic sector, but it has a lot of potential. People underestimate the potential of hydrogen. I could be just hydrogen crazy. I'm not married to the idea, but I am serious at looking and following how it develops. I personally like Plug. Um, they're trying to do a lot of nice things when it comes to hydrogen, but the thing I'm interested more is the infrastructure side of things. If it's their work with forklifts, if it's their work with potentially with shipping, with improving the infrastructure of hydrogen refueling. They are into the cryo side of things, which I'm not a big fan of. They're doing all sorts of experiments, looking into all sorts of avenues, but I'm so not a fan. We have some change in management there, but I do see the overall potential, and it doesn't mean I expect it to happen in a week, in a month, 2, 3 years, doesn't matter. I'm here for the long haul. I'm kind of dipping my toe more and more as I have some leftover money from this, that, whatever, looking to stay until around 6-ish area. And when we're going to get closer to the 6, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more looking into how this could proceed. My highest high on this is a $10 range, but does that mean I expect that to happen within a year, two, whatever? No. When it happens, it happens. And if I'll see things change, I will adjust. For now, I'm dipping my toe. I don't mind. At this price, it's not a bad idea. Soundhound, yeah, sure, let's do sound. Let's do sound. I hope that answers that one. I hope that marks a V on this. Let's do Soundhound. Soundhound, let's go. I wanna. Yeah, no, right, no, yeah, no. I was. So, you do look like you have more upside on Soundhound at the moment. It appears to be the case. I'm assuming it wants me to do this, and I'm willing to play the game. Why not? Sure. I will say that you currently are squeezing it, and you maybe have a little bit more to go to test your golden pocket area, which is 750 to 694, and it's a reverse golden pocket as well, so probably gonna end up having something here, because and here you're in a very tight, very problematic, annoying range. But all in all, it's good for you because you might retain 461 if shit really hits the fan. But yeah, you're diverging there, so it's interesting though. Gap, obviously, right? Oh, that gap is so gonna get close. Like, you're so gonna retest that area to death. And you're gonna end up with, you're so retesting it. Unless shit hits the fan prior to expectation, and you then, you are gonna be all over the map with this one. So that is what, 5? No, you're gonna go up first, and eventually that's the breakdown period. So now, okay, cool. So you're going up back in that area, and if shit hits the fan, you're definitely going to 569, and if shit really gonna get painful, which it will, 461 and below. Because again, not a straight line, not a perfect, not unbreakable support. Ta-da! Done. Hymns, we're gonna do hymns, sir. Let's do hymns. Hymns. I think we looked at them last week, no, Christoph? Well, you're trading them probably. That's why you're so all up in that thing. You know you're gonna close that. I mean, you know you're closing this. Unless we start breaking, you know you're closing this. Because you closed this, and you're good. And there you closed this, you're also good. So, right? You closed and closed. Here you don't have anything. Here this is hidden behind. This was done. Was it? Yes, it was done. You are so gonna close this. This is so gonna close. You're probably also hitting bottom right now. Yeah, it so makes sense. You, sir, are gonna... That's as ugly as a... Yeah, I'm not gonna say, but this is aim pretty. Aim pretty, sir. But no, this is misleading. So yes, you are obviously gonna close that gap, and hopefully for you, you're gonna have the time to dwell in it, to get out and do whatever you're planning and all that wonderful stuff, because you're gonna close it. But the market is showing that you're gonna break with everything else, and that actually might happen sooner than the indicators print, because it's gonna be market related, because this seems to drag. Like, it will appear here on HIMS that you're gonna have a lot more bullish momentum when the market will start breaking already, and basically it's gonna mislead you to the moment until it's gonna be inevitable and completely... Nanny, I hope you're feeling well. Everybody wish Nanny to feel well. If you love me, if you care for my stream, my live, my community, my channel, you all gonna wish Nannies to feel better. So you do that. Uh, 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 Now, I'm just gonna say she's not feeling great. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope she's already feeling better. And if you're not feeling well, please don't waste your time being here. Go rest. That is far more important. I'm sorry for doxing you like that, feeling not well, but I hope you, madam, gonna feel well and quickly and fully. All right. So, where we were at Greg. How is how is it going? I'm assuming. What your favorite meal do you like? Italian, Greek, fish and chips. I love food in general. I love fish and chips, like proper fish and chips. I am an absolute addict. I can eat a little mountain of fish and chips. That is an absolute addiction, but when done proper, right? As plain as it gets. I mean, I know people like to make fun of British food, but that one needs to be sort of plain and simple. Like you need to taste the fish proper, and it needs to be simple. It needs to be. And I love fish and chips. I'm a big fan of burgers. Pizza, all the supposed junk food, but when done right, it's not junk food, it's just food, right? Actually, a lot of healthy ingredients, just make sure you do it well. I'm a big fan of food. You just made me drool just by thinking about food. Any food for that matter. Again, and I don't mind trying things. When I was younger, I didn't like shrimps and krill and things of that sort. And as I was growing up, my father basically kept on insisting. And at some point, he's like, "Look, final last time, give it a try in this form, right?" Like, and he's really good with seafood. He's like phenomenal when it comes to making fish and all sorts of shrimps. What does them call calamari, all that great stuff. He's like really good at that stuff with the sauce and all of that. And I honestly say it's phenomenal. Like, I mean, when I've been to Belgium, then afterwards I've been tremendously surprised by this little baguette with krill and cheeses and things. It was phenomenal. Literally one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. It's just to die for, if you will. So I'm big on food in general. I mean, we all have to eat anyways, so why not enjoy it? But you'd be surprised, and since I'm already there and I'm gonna finish talking nonsense about food real quick, I really like the simple stuff as well. I can really enjoy the very, very basic foods. One of my favorite foods of all time is just, mashed potatoes with some beef bits and whatnot. So pretty basic. But again, food in general, great addict. I'm quite a slim guy, and I do try to keep in shape. So I mean, I kind of like food. Period. So I'm willing to try a lot of it. So yeah. Righty. I hope that answered your question. But yeah, I mean, again, most of everything, Greek, Italian, doesn't. I don't care where it's from. I really don't. As long as it's like not cat, dog, or something, right? Or rat, I'm kind of okay with trying it. And it's not that I discriminate against rat, for example. It just tends to be less of a healthy meat and that kind of thing. But cat and dog is a bit of a problem for me. But yeah, that is that. Patreon was good today. Worth the sign up, guys. Yeah, we have great hangouts. We talk about anything and everything. It's very fun, I would argue. I do put a lot of effort into it. It's very similar to how I made Tom's. I still manage there. I still am friends with Tom. Don't get none of it wrong. It's just now we're separate, and mine is going to specialize more when it comes to technicals. Of course, it's still a work in progress, a lot to do. So, I mean, yeah, be patient with me, but it's going to be real awesome, even better than what it is right now. I'm slowly going to grow, and now I'm going to add channels. I do need to think, add things, test things, so it takes some time. Be patient, but it's already I would argue, pretty valuable thing. For $10 a month. It's just, again, absolutely free, basically, for what the value you get there. You have access to me on a daily basis, weekly hangouts, and all sorts of cool stuff. I do try to make them weekly. I still am a human being. I still do live in a country that is war-torn a little bit, and I'm still human. I have all sorts of things happen in life, but I do try to do my best And regardless of whether I do a weekly hangout or not, I'm out there in the Discord and the open forum throughout the day. Join in, talk to me, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Righty, Knockout Market. Hello, could you tell us if you think 10-year, 10-year, it would increase even if you think that the inflation would increase or decrease? Thank you. Are you asking whether within the 10-year range the market will go up? I believe so. I believe what I am seeing with regards to the correction that I'm expecting, it should last between 2 to 4 years, but things could pan out very, very ugly. If you look at Goldman Sachs, they're saying potentially we're looking at a lost decade here. It could be. I'm not seeing that yet. I am seeing definitely the market signing 2 unpleasant years. It really depends on how Trump will play this, how Elon will help him, whether they're going to get Palantir on board, maybe, wink, wink. That's going to be real cool, like phenomenally cool, you know. But, or Alex Karp, if you will, whatever. I mean, Teal, Alex, both the team up, doesn't matter how you treat it. There's going to be like real awesome. It doesn't mean, I do think there's a lot of turbulence and a lot of turmoil ahead of us that we're not necessarily seeing yet. So we're going to have to be a little bit patient to see how things will look in the 10-year mark. But if you're talking about particular asset and I'm missing something here, I'm sorry for misunderstanding. But and I cannot tell you that where we're going to be within 10 years from now. But I can tell you that in my assessment, the 10-year mark, the market is far more likely to be moving upwards rather than downwards, if that's within the 10-year range, if that's what you're asking. I hope I was able to answer your question correctly. Alrighty. That was, I think I'm missing something. I probably missed something. Why did I jump that far? Wait, I'm missing something. You have been holding forever, hoping it'll recover. I missed something. Judy, I think Patreon was awesome. I've been holding forever, hoping it will recover. Judy, you asked about what? I'm not sure. What are you talking about there? I'm a bit confused. Greg, what do you think about Cyprus property market? I don't know. I am so not knowledgeable when it comes to Cyprus property market. That is so not my thing. I'm sorry. I mean, I find Cyprus to be a little bit sort of boring-ish, no offense. I mean, kind of like more of a resort area, and I do like excitement. I'm not saying parties. I'm not a party kind of guy. I do like to eat well and all that, but I do like when I don't have to, wait for a special day for something and half of everything is closed half of the day. It's more this kind of vacation vibe all the time, and it's a bit problematic for me. I like when the machine is pumping, when if you need to go to whatever services you need, everything is working, everything functioning, everybody's rushing to do their job. I love that. I do like my quiet, but I do like that everything is efficient as well, if that makes sense. And in a resort area, usually it's more mellow kind of attitude, which I find to be a little bit But so yeah, I don't know anything about Cyprus property market. I'm so sorry. I do know we have some people here from Cyprus, so I'm sure they can, pitch in and tell you what they think. I have no idea. I know it's rather cheap-ish, kinda, especially for what I'm familiar with, as prices, here in Israel and whatnot. And a lot of people, a lot of people like that idea. So I don't know. Again, it's not for me to say. I've actually never been to Cyprus. Sorry, but people like the place. I definitely know that. Howdy. Hey, Casey. Good to see you. Thank you for jumping in. Ori Dekel. Brother from another Israeli mother. Good to see you here. Do you have a separate Discord server now? Yes, Ori. I think I've given you an invite. I've given an invite to all my members. I'm pretty sure I've seen you on there, in fact. If it appears to you that you think it's Tom's, no, it's now separate. Tom and I have separate Discords. Again, we're still friends. I still manage his. In fact, we made his a lot more streamlined, so it's cleaner. Now it's just completely Tom separately. What's the point of having two of them? I mean, it's not like it's, on the other side of town, right? It's just a one click away. To each their own, of course. No one is forced to stay with me. You guys feel free to cancel, even, ask for a refund if you feel like you want to. No, not a biggie. I'm not going to get offended. To each their own. Just remember that the $10 tier, once locked and will be locked. Although there's plenty of room still, you can jump in and out. Feel free. I'm not going to judge you on that, to each their own. But yeah, so now we have separate Discords. Mine is still kind of growing and stuff. Not even everyone joined who I've sent an invite. Not everybody has the time all the time and all sorts of things. But yeah, now it's going to be separate, and it's not a bad thing. It's, imagine, instead of, having one clubhouse to hang out, you have your one card, so to speak. Your knowledge can potentially lead you up to to two awesome Discords. Sorry, pardon me for that are very, very cheap, if you will, and provide tremendous value, if you ask my opinion, but I could be wrong and biased. But always feel free, it's up to you, brother. I'm definitely not going to be upset if you decide to stick with just Tom's. It's just that mine is going to be completely private, no public section, only private stuff. And there's the Academy section, which the only way to sign up is one-on-one directly through me. If you're planning to become an Academy member, don't bother signing up to the Patreon, because Academy members of my Academy, not Tom's, my Academy. If you sign up, the only way to sign up to the Academy is through me directly. And if you do, you have become a lifetime member on my Patreon. As long as it exists, as long as everything will be going, which I hope for a long, long time, you will have access. Thank you for asking about that, Owi. That's basically good. And on that note, I'm gonna use that opportunity and plug my Patreon, through which you sign up and you make your way to Discord, because Patreon is gonna be empty. Everything is done on Discord. Patreon is just a gateway, if you will. And yeah, come and join us, hang out with us. We pretty much do it on a daily basis almost. Not all weekends, but like I said, even on weekends we sometimes have hangouts. Sometimes it could be a Sunday, sometimes it's a Saturday, depends. But I'm going to try and stick to Saturdays, afternoon-ish. It sort of works the best for everyone. That's the plan. It still could change. Where were we? If you guys wondering what is that noise I'm doing, that is me saying to myself, where were we? Just rambling as if I cannot speak. Lurking as well, waiting at the urgent care for my turn. You're a legend, Mama. You're such a legend. Much love. I hope you're gonna get better. Please don't sit here if you feel like, don't be here because you feel like you need to. I really am worried. I don't want you to be busy here. Christoph and Mike, I'm sure, can handle it. Plus, we don't really have a lot of trolls, and I'm here as well. I can handle it. But yeah, we're gonna adjourn this, by the way, boys and girls, soon, because I want you to be able to have some time before Tom starts his live with Dan Ives. I want to have a minute myself as well to grab a drink and stuff. And I'm gonna probably start running through the chat real quick right now, so we can all make it to Tom's live thingy. So that's my take. Yes, hello, joining late. Hey Leo, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. I'm happy you did get to join. It doesn't matter. By the way, those who watch this later, I'm not upset. I'm tremendously appreciative of you guys watching it later. It doesn't mean anything. Whether you can, you can't. We're all humans. I get it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's the attitude I love in the community. Support to each other, support and love. Get well fast. And yeah, there we go. We need you. No, don't say that. Don't say that, Christoph. We need you, yes, to be good, but we don't need you right now. Take your time. Take it easy. Palantir, please. Yeah, real quick. I am so sorry. But honestly, there's not much to say. You're familiar with the supports and resistances. If you want to quickly pick up on the next higher one, it's this 66 48. The current support resistance is this channel that you have 63.68 to 52.53. It's kind of an important area. It's basically a channel, if you will. It's not a single support nor resistance. So your your resistance in this instance is a channel within itself. Your support is as a channel as well. It's basically that 58.72 to 57.79. So you might as well, since you have that 57.65 so tight with it, I would argue that basically your entire channel within which you're moving right now is basically this range, right? That's your range-ish, kinda, right? That's the thing, if you will. So you're kind of moving up and down. And yeah, like I said before, Palantir, although their technical is appearing to be remarkable, and of course it even printed better than I expected, it's significantly so. I would argue basically significantly so. I mean, quite a bit. Crazy rally. But this is unsustainable, and this is going to correct deep. My original assessment was around to the $15 if correct with the rest of the market, given the highs that we got to. That actually forces me to adjust a little bit. It doesn't mean that it's completely out of the picture right now. We will have to see as we start moving. I know my expectation is so low. You're like, Gregor, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. Well, you tell me that I'm crazy after everything I've predicted and accurately many times before. I don't get upset by that. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. If you feel dislike button is there. But it does force me to readjust and say there's high probability that we're not going to see these lows, and in fact we might actually get retested at that 30 area where the SMA shows right now on the daily, but it will readjust. It doesn't mean that's it. We're going to fall on it and, your life is beautiful, Bob's your uncle, whatever you guys think, and you're ready to go. No. We can slip below the line as well. 30 is going to be a good place for me to reassess, but currently the bottom that I can say with higher certainty is the 30 range, definitely not that 14-15, but I can tell you that there's high probability that the bigger chunk of the correction is going to be quicker than you expect, which will take us to around 40 with some correction to the upside again, and only then another drop, kind of if you will, when the market will be dropping, what we are expecting from Palantir, basically, you can see it here, when we're expecting the market to start dropping and dragging Palantir with it, right? Because now it's included in the S&P, the pain is going to be a lot worse than the previous time and quicker. It's still, I think, due to its own technicals, it's going to be slower descent. In other words, almost like an asset that is falling with a parachute. All right, so it's not gonna be this ugly immediate process of just breakdown. It's going to be kind of a slower, sluggish process. That also applies to Tesla. Both of them have had a phenomenal run, so both of them will be dropping very, very, very slowly, and unlike a lot of other assets, and they will be correcting up. It's going to be this very volatile up and down movement, making our way to the downside with the rest of the market, and only that is under the condition that I am correct. Right, we can actually see how neatly Tesla is catching up with the market in its relative form, right? You can see how it's all adjusted and we're getting closer there. So it kind of falls back in line, same as I told you. Usually, actually, the asset starts falling prior, but we'll see. All right, that's Palantir and kind of Tesla in a nutshell. Tesla, you guys know, no surprises, the same support, same resistances as before in the previous videos. 328 to 328.32. And we have a channel. So we have a channel right there that we basically gonna reside right here. And we have another support and resistance that says it's around 305, call it 300-ish, right? So kind of we're going to probably potentially test this negative wedge. Given the time, we're probably going to test it, and that is going to prolong while this is going to be what sort of imagine in the markets, we're going to get to see in a lot of good assets and the better assets, more stable ones, we're going to see more sideways movement with high volatility, while the market is actually moving even further and lower, and it's going to usually happen quite significantly in pre-post market at times, nighttime, and in such a way that we're going to have a rather stable structure on the individual assets, Tesla, Palantir, and alike. That is that. I saw gold was dropping today a little bit further, right? Am I not wrong? No? I see it's even correcting, actually. Okay, so, I mean, all right. So, all in all, drop, correct. Okay. So, gold is actually testing. So, you see, again, gold is not just dropping lower. As we said, it retests higher, lower, high, lower, but the general direction, I do think we're going to retest that 2526. Okay, we need to rush this, boys and girls, because live Tom soon. Get well, no, we said right, get well, Nanny. That's true, get well. What your opinion? That's sorry, I'm not gonna tackle the gaps, Mike. Join the Discord in your free time, or if I hang out on Tom's, I definitely can answer that. Right now, I kind of tackled Tesla as quick as I could. I do believe gaps will get close, subsequently moving to the downside. Mamba, good to see you. Good to see you. Where was I? Tesla. Please add Money Printer to the Discord channel. Money Printer. Actually, you want to know how much it's obvious that social networks of such things, you can actually monetize Discord. But I cannot monetize Discord because of my location in the world. Wink, wink. If you don't believe me, I can actually share the message with you. If you don't like it, you go tell Discord what kind of bastards they are. The fact of the matter is that I'm blocked to monetize Discord altogether, so no Money Printer on Discord. In fact, the only way to support my channel is that $10 subscription on Patreon. That's it, because I don't even get the super stickers here on YouTube yet. None of it. It's all stuck with YouTube. What's up, Mamba? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Vasily, you send prayers to feel better. Yes. Things right, gotta go. Please check KULR. That's the last one. Final last one. In fact, let's see what it looks like. And if it looks like it's too long to check it, we might skip it. What the is this? What the hell is that? That is that. Not now. Next live. But it's not looking too healthy. It is not looking too healthy, but I don't want to say for yeah, next live. I'm so sorry. Next live. Judy, sorry, next live. Oh, real quick. Thank you, everyone. Well wishes. No doxing. It's all good. Alrighty. Okay. Miri. Thank you for being a member on YouTube. I tremendously appreciate it. I sadly... first of all, thank you. Just a general, tremendous thank you for the support and being here. When do you expect the Triple Q to go up? When the market will start dropping downwards. So far, what we're having, those are tiny, nice impulses, but this is not substantial yet. The further the market will go up, down, the quicker we will accelerate to the upside. So again, I don't do when, I do how high or what, more so, if anything. I don't do when here. When is bad. When is for options, you know. Ori, it's great. Thank you. I appreciate it. The voice in Discord is amazing. So worth the Patreon. Thank you very much, Judy. Sorry, next time we really have to run. We really have to run. Tom still has his live very soon, and I want everybody to have a couple of minutes, including myself. I haven't tried voice in Discord. Both a mic and a camera for a few months, but have not set up both yet. I highly recommend Mike. We hang out pretty much on a daily basis, and I'll have a lot of fun and discuss pretty much anything and everything. A lot of people don't like me discussing religion. In fact, a close friend of mine and somebody who I tremendously love got really upset at me the other day, and I am in pain because of it. I usually am not, and is an amazing person. I'm not gonna say more than that, but yeah, shit happens. But I'm not shying away from religion, and I'm not shying away from saying my own opinion. If I cannot say it in my own Discord, where can I? I'm not a religious person, sorry, and I'm not big on religion. I kind of, but yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't offend you. I'm not here to offend you. I'm not telling you not to, but it's not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to avoid in Discord. Yeah. Still only $10 a month. That is correct, Greg Spatial. Absolutely. And it will be $10 forever for those who sign up and stay on it, even when the next tier will be the tier that is going to be the one active, which is $20 for the time being. It might even get more expensive. We'll see. For the moment, it's just kind of an idea, right? But it's already going to be 50% more expensive than what it is right now, maybe even more expensive later. So we'll see. For you guys, whoever signs up for $10 will stay $10 forever. Forever. Done. All right. I don't think you need camera, just headset with a mic. Yeah, absolutely. Just headset with a mic. I mean, I don't tend to read the chat while I'm there in the voice because I'm usually multitasking, and that's the beauty of the voice chat. It allows me to explain and give proper full answers, not half-assing anything. While people think if the question is simple and includes only several words, the answer will be alike. No. Sometimes the question can be a marvelous question summed up in a couple of words, and then the proper answer will require a little while to sit there and understand it. You understand what it involves, right? It is what it is. Sorry. KULR for Judy. Judy, just remind me next time. I will not remember for the life of me, and Nanny, shouldn't you bother with that? Judy, just remind me next time. We will do that for you. Just say that and we will. I don't think you need camera. Right, we said that. Paul speaks in few minutes. Market might rip, fall. Yeah, really, you know. Maybe, depends on what he says, but at this point, I think market is already it's not about Paul anymore as much as you guys think. We'll see. JP has already effed up. JP has already effed up, and yeah, we can talk about this on the Discord gladly. I have a lot to say. I want to do this on YouTube. I'm gonna have trouble. Greg Tesla 400 or gap close before. Next time, Mamba, sorry, we need to run. Again, show up on Discord. Come on, man. You ask this on Discord, and I'll gladly talk to you about this later. We really do need to run. Say there is a pocket in the Tesla 313. We will pop from here. I would take calls. I don't do options, Mamba. I don't do options. Stop it. It's in the description. I don't do options. No market cap. No cap. Oh, Mamba, you're crazy. No offense there, right? Thank you. I hope you appreciate. I hope you understand this, and I appreciate if you do. Pain is the greatest teacher. That is true, Damien. Pain is the greatest teacher. Yeah. We all can agree. Sometimes use my cell phone and Bluetooth headset for the voice channel. There you go. It's all about stonkies. Stonky. Much love you, brother. Bye, Greg. Talk to you later on Discord. Absolutely. Bye, everyone. Hit the like. Yeah, bye, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. We all need to run. I hope I'll see you on Tom's live. The link is in Tom's Discord. Go there. It's basically the same as mine, just with Tom Nash at the end instead, right? Let's see if I can bring it up here real quick. Those who are not there somehow, I doubt that's the case. Let's just do that real quick. Tom, right? Nash, like that. Boom. There you go. Oh, no. Well, yeah, that's Patreon. Damn it. Anyway. Go to the Discord. Discord, same as mine, just Tom Nash instead. Go there. See you on the live with the knives. And have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow and see you on the Discord. Love you all and salute.